Kiwi fruit is one of our most favourite fruits in the garden, and that's because that you harvest in winter. The longer you leave them on the vine, the better they get, I think anyway, and it's the best fridge. But it's pruning time, so we're stripping all of the kiwi fruit off that's left. So we just harvest, say, a couple of kilos, leave them on the bench, let them ripen. They'll ripen full on the bench in the kitchen, then they will on the actual vine. So this is like a storage system. It's incredible what kiwi fruits can do. So this is Gemma harvesting away, and Greg's in the corner there expanding our tomato beds actually. So this is pretty much midwinter at the moment while Gemma's taking off all of the fruit. When it comes to pruning, as you can see, they can get quite wild. And the one that Gemma's pruning, harvesting at the moment has fallen over a bit because they do get quite heavy. So I'm going to cut them back really super heavy this year. So I like to prune them like I do grapevine. So I keep one main stem. So that's that one there, like a trunk. And I have a couple of laterals coming out to the side that I keep quite large. So about 2 to 3. And these ones actually got hit by the fires pretty hard. So they're a bit wonky. And off them, there's a lot of shoots, and I literally 3 buds up, and that's where I prune. So it is like pruning a grape. So sometimes I'll leave 4. It depends on which way they're facing as well. If they're facing too high, or if they're too thin, or if they're looking a little bit sick, just chop them off. And that's, well, I keep that one. No, I'll take that one off. Because they are quite aggressive, I don't allow anything to stay. That just looks a little bit compromised, a little bit too thin. Looks like it's had a snip. There we go. That one needs to be snipped because it was looking a little bit dry. Yeah, down he goes. Piggies love him. And we also keep anything that's really got lots of twirls on it because we like to use that in the garden for some art. As you can see, this one's quite long. Do I really want to keep it? I think about the look of them too, and can I easily manage them in summer? So the really long ones, if they're getting too entangled with the others, I'll chop them off. Or if they hit my hat on the way past, chop them off too. So that's a bit of a dead one. I'll chop him off too, I think. And that's how I kind of go. I just stand back, have a look, assess. So these are the quirly ones that I was talking about. I absolutely love them. So these guys won't actually fruit anyway at the very ends. Um, so I go through, and the ones that look really cool, I give to Gemma, and we're actually weaving them into a frame that we'll put in the garden as a bit of a garden art. I love it. So um, this is like the still frames that you can buy, and we just weave them in, and it looks awesome. We'll put some herbs in there, and it'll look even better. So let's deep dive into the world of kiwi fruit, those fuzzy little marbles that add a burst of flavour to our lives. Let's kick things off with a little bit of history. So kiwi fruit, or Chinese gooseberries as they were once known, it didn't actually come from New Zealand. They actually hail from the wilds of China. And it wasn't until the early 20th century that they made their way down under. So, why are they called kiwi fruit? Well, it's not because the gorgeous little flightless birds in New Zealand like to eat kiwi fruit. It's just because it reminded them of the brown, fuzzy little kiwis. So that's it. That's just because they looked like the little fuzzy kiwi birds is is why they were called kiwi fruit. So the good thing about kiwi fruit is their vitamin C content. In fact, they actually are higher than oranges. So they're really good for um, ingesting, looking after your skin from the inside. The more vitamin C we can get from our food, the better. Um, as our kiwi fruit are quite, I suppose, acidic. They haven't got that real super sweetness to them. And that's because they actually do have quite a high vitamin C content. So they've also got vitamin K and they're high in vitamin E. Vitamin E is part of our sebum oil. So actually our sebum oil is about 80% vitamin E. So things like kiwi fruit are fantastic. It's, you are really what you eat. And if you eat fabulous food, you'll get fabulous skin. So what do kiwi fruit like in the way of growing them? So they are quite heavy feeders. So lots and lots of nitrogen. We have our guinea pigs, as you can see, the guinea pig houses underneath the kiwi fruit. So they do their bizzo there, and all year round they get fertilized with the guinea pigs. And they also need a really super cold climate. So they love frosts, minus they can handle up to minus 23. In fact, they need 120 hours of sub zero temperature just so they'll fruit the next year. Also, you need to have a male and a female kiwi fruit to actually get a good batch, a good crop of kiwi fruit. They've got to fertilize. So we have one boy to every 5 girls, and that seems to be enough for us. And also, they do they need a lot of water. They don't like it when it's super hot. In fact, on really hot days, their leaves will wither and fall off and die. So really keep the water up on a really hot, windy day. But it won't kill them. It'll just set their fruit back a little bit because they've got to put more energy back into growing the leaves, which they do. They will grow their leaves back. So there you go. There's our beautiful kiwi fruit vine archway, and I'll show you a pic when it's all finished. Here we go, all finished. Well, we're going to put a bench seat in there so you can swap around. We're going to put it down at the herb garden so when people come for farm tours, you can take photos through the beautiful vines and to the herbs. So it's just gone spring now, and this is all the kiwi fruits pruned up. And look, with these guys, I actually grew all these from cuttings. So you can also do grafts as well for your area for the best kiwi fruit.